Can, the weekly podcast of three generations of Gen X, Millennial, and some kind of time god, as we talk about basically anything. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your Millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino, the Genetic Marvel. I'm the Gen Xer, because I'm curmudgeonly and hate everything. But new to the show is Sniffing Lou 22 is Cole Clayton.
How you doing, guys?
You might remember Cole from a past episode where he was a guest. Well, Caleb decided after he brought his girlfriend on the show that he's too good for us. So.
Yeah, I figured I'd do some investing into this. Throw a little money at it. We'll see.
Listen,
okay.
after the interview with Caleb and his significant other, it was more of an interview, and we failed. It was hilarious. So that's that. That would have been.
And then our guest today, it is a New York comic who is now in the LA area, Brett Kline. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So we brought you on the show, because I ran into you in the LA open mic scene, and you were fantastic. And wanted you to have you on my show. And also, you're about to have a baby, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm coming up in October 5th. I think we're going to do it. They're going to induce because, I was supposed to guest last week, but there was a whole thing. My wife was in the hospital with a blood clot, so sorry to just get really depressing right off the bat. But.
What are you going to do?
Well, you're going to live a whole, universe of firsts from now until 20 years or something, right?
Like the first
really
5 years
forever
that are going to involve a lot of poop. My girlfriend says, who was a kindergarten teacher. So
unless you're Alice parents, then it's.
I did have my first proud father moment. I saw my son's penis in the ultrasound.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah,
was it pretty big then? I assume.
They were like, we usually don't see it that early. I'm like, damn right you don't.
So is your son going to be hung? Is that like...
Listen,
I guess so.
He's well endowed or he's a flasher. So, either way, career man. That's what's important.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Alpha.
You know what the worst part about this is? In a few years, when his son's old enough to be embarrassed, some kid is going to come across this and be like, your dad was talking about you a month before you were born, saying how hung you were. I'm showing this to everybody.
I don't see why that's going to embarrass him. If anything, I'd be like, if it were me, I'd be like, yeah, show your girlfriend. Show all of the chicks. Fuck it. Fucking 9th grade is a blast now.
Okay, guys, listen. Think about where we are right now in the whole, being offensive, and then fast forward a few years, and I feel like that was exploding someone's face, man. Hey, watch this. Someone talking about how huge I am, just for you. Want to share it to your friends? Tell them I'm huge, at least from birth.
No, that's one of those things where someone has to come across it. You can't be like showing people it. It's something where someone's got to like stumble across it, or like, God forbid, he's like someone Googles him for like a job interview.
You got if you got a picture of that ultrasound, you got to go put it up and just have like a meme, be like, my kid's gonna be awesome. Look at his wiener. Just throw it up there with no names or anything, and just be like.
I am so glad I know for a fact Katie is not coming back right now because she just left the apartment. So.
Imagine, though, like, getting rejected from a job because your dad was talking about your baby dick on a podcast.
I feel like that might be Exhibit A when he sues you for this. Like, I feel like it's, it made me not immediately, but, like, I feel like there's a statute of limitations that's pretty long for that. Like, it's, my parents embarrassed me. Well, you may be entitled to a reward. It's like a class action suit against parents. I feel like I could start that. That's definitely, started in the 80s when we got beat just for the hell of it.
I had a big dick and my dad left me, so that makes sense. Like, he was like, oh, he's got this. He's got to figure it out. He'll figure it out. He's got it going.
So his I'm going out for cigarettes. I'll be back in a couple hours. Talk was, dude, you're hung.
There was no talk. He left when I was an infant. So
he popped out. He was like, "Look at that wiener!
He's got a grown man dick. Let's get him out of here." I don't need to pay child support or nothing. Like, he's
Once
fine.
again, Generation Dan loses all possibility of having female listenership.
Oh, that's been
Believe
going
it
down
or
for a long
not,
time,
believe it
bro.
or not, like 75% of my followership are women, which is the weirdest thing to me.
Well
I
done,
don't
Sniffy
understand it
Blue
either.
22.
Is it the weirdest thing after you just described how hung you are?
They know I'm lying.
Oh.
Some of them personally, like,
This is the thing. Okay, so especially, well, we're all comedians, right? So there are so many comics who make jokes about their dick, and I'm like, why would you? Let's be honest. The best ones are about people having small dicks. Those are the best
Yeah.
jokes
Yeah.
because you're just like, I'll buy you a beer or something. I don't know what to do now. Like, I'm like, sorry, bro. Like, good luck next round. I don't know.
it's like, if you got a small dick, why aren't you doing steroids, you know? Like,
Oh,
your
just
dick's
You're
already
already
suffering.
small.
You might as well be jacked.
Right.
Fair. Just equalize the playing field.
Yeah.
Listen, he's so big, he definitely's got a little wiener. That's a fair, you know.
Or get really good at eating pussy.
There you
Like,
go.
fucking
There you
rule
go.
that shit. So by the time the actual intercourse comes around, she's like, I'm good. Do what you gotta do.
Hey, marriage tip that works forever.
Yeah.
That's just
No,
It
you
does.
know,
No
Make
matter
them-
the size, that's just good
Yeah.
advice.
that's just
No,
good.
that's like-
Listen, get them off first. They'll let you do all sorts of stuff. That's just you know.
No, man, I got really good at eating pussy, and then, like, I still got cheated on, so.
It happens, unfortunately. That's,
Listen, guy.
look, I one of my friends in high school drew me a guide when we were in like 10th grade. Labeled
Wow.
stuff, instructions. My sister found it. I got a very stern talking to.
By who?
so-
Her? Your sister? Or your mom?
My sister. Why would she show her
Was
mom?
your
That'd be
sister
crazy.
like, hey, though, just on the low, your friend's right. Just, moving forward,
You can't have that conversation with your sister. That's
was the-
inappropriate.
Okay, so
Look it out, man. You got your siblings are your
No, she
homies,
was like,
man.
Who drew? Did you draw this? I was like, no, my friend drew it. And she was like, which one? And I was like,
Yo, she was looking for
insert name of female friend here.
She's like, which friend?
Yeah. And then I was like, and then there's like you see the gears turning, and she's like, okay, just don't show it to anybody. And like that was
Well, like it's a secret?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I think it was more like
Shit.
don't be showing it to. I don't know what
That's how you know that list
Bro.
was, like, accurate.
You could have gone viral in lots of ways if you posted that shit. Just, you'd be surprised. Listen, it's a weird world, right? I'll tell you, like I'm not sure, Brett, if you have this as a comedian, like you look up other stuff and like you try and pull from all sorts of resources, but it results in a YouTube algorithm that is a complete goddamn nightmare, right? So a lot of the time, like, listen, like now that Andrew Tate has been banned, it's like, thank God. Every goddamn story was Andrew Tate. I'm like, I can't handle it anymore. Okay, bro? Yeah, you're awesome. Your sunglasses inside, you're fucking stellar. Just fuck off, bro. But that's the thing is, like, there's so much weird shit on there where you're saying, going, oh, you know what? I'm just happy to be in a relationship and not have to worry about anything. It's that's why I laugh at Cole over here, because it's ridiculous.
Well,
He's the only one in a relationship. It's great.
Christ. Do we want to ask
Well, I mean, are y'all surprised, though? Like,
about what?
Nah.
that I'm single?
I feel like you're more like you kind of have a ready to mingle vibe, like all the time, which you're like, that's
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I
The
don't.
less successful Quagmire from Family Guy. That's what I'm getting.
Listen, if we were friends in school, I would never introduce you to my sister. That's just period.
I
Absolutely.
have banged a lot of BFF sisters. Okay, well, I say a lot, but it was twice. Two different best friends.
That's
That's-
a lot.
so
That's
too much,
many.
man.
That's too many. Man.
There's that.
Yeah,
literal
I
lines
was in high school. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Freshman year, senior year, okay? I was the asshole. I didn't have shit put together. I didn't have a father.
Here's a question though: was it like your same friend and like two of his sisters that you hit like?
No,
through your high school
two
career?
different best friends because you can't.
You had to make a new one.
Yeah, I had to make a new best friend. Not
4
a
years
best
of
friend
work
at
down the
all.
drain.
I think Dino's my best friend at this point.
I just love the idea of a like "fool me once, shame on you" thing, but with your like after you bang your best friend's other sister, like that'd be the worst.
He had twin sisters. Like,
God.
I couldn't tell them apart. I thought it was the other one. Sorry.
Can you imagine?
I roped him into a three-way. I don't know. Like,
So, were you able to salvage the relationships with either of those guys, or no?
no, absolutely. No. Would you want to be friends with me after that?
No, but I know people who've done it, who've been able to salvage the friendship.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even try. I knew what I did both times. Like I was like, I knew what I did. Like,
hold on. The audacity of then going back and be like, well, I still want to be friends, bro. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, that is an even weirder relationship that you could come back to that.
I mean,
was it just a hookup, or did you just?
No, they
did you
were
date
like
them?
both year-long relationships. So, and then you break up, and then the brother is obviously going to take the sister side. You know what I mean? So,
Hold on. Did he ever hear you bang his sister?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not I'm not a particularly loud fuck, if I'm being honest. I've had women, I'm like, can you shut the fuck up? But me, personally, I'm like, let's keep it down. I have 4 brothers and a little sister. I'm the oldest, you know what I mean? And a mom who already hears voices. So...
Well, I don't regret the decision of inviting you here, Cole. I'll tell you that much. And Brett, I hope you're enjoying yourself. We might as well get to the questions. I think that's a reasonable thing. Embarrassing song on your playlist.
I got "Lips of an Angel," but it's not really that embarrassing. It's "Hinder."
It's a beautiful song.
It is. It's my go-to karaoke song.
Fair enough.
Do you hit that? Do you hit those deep notes?
With the lips of an angel,
hearing
those words, it makes me weak, and I never want to say goodbye, but girl, you make it hard to be faithful. Now.
You sound...
lips of an angel. I just scared my cat.
Hey, that is what we're gonna show to your kid in like 15 years. That's the clip. Like, hey, you want to see what your dad's go-to was? Here's a clip.
You kind of have an "All That Remains" sound to you. The band "All That Remains."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, butt rock. I just I people shit on butt rock, but it's there's a place for it.
There used to be a guy in the LA comedy scene named Butt Rock Brett. That's exactly what it sounds like. And baseball cap, aviator sunglasses. Yeah. He was, I don't know what happened to him, but he was like one of those guys where he either fucking crushed it or he ate shit.
Did he do like butt rock song parodies or?
No, it was just like a vibe. Like he never actually sang anything, but he just was.
Atlas, are you talking about yourself, buddy?
Why would I go by anything except Atlas Novak? It's an iconic.
That's fair, but like sometimes you don't always have a choice of what you go by. It's what everybody else calls you. So
what, like Assless No Cock? Thanks, Jack Gerstein, wherever you are out there, for coming up with that name. That was so perfect.
Dr. Assless No Cock, MD.
Yes. I forget he has the there was one time where I had control of the little banners and everything, and I got to see like everything. He saved everything. Everything.
Pipes. There were a few like, do you know the Fetafascist genetic marvel?
I forgot about that. That one was for me, I think, right? I came up with it because you were like talking shit about feta cheese for whatever reason. Like,
listen, I love feta cheese. It's delicious. Yeah. Anyways, not the point. Okay. Not the point to go back to that kind of stuff.
Fine.
I still got to make stuff up for Cole. Oh man, you know what? This is the due date is scheduled, Brett, for early October. You said?
Yeah, we're gonna aim. We're adjusting. They're gonna try to induce early. The actual due date is the 14th. So it's coming up soon.
So as far as they know, they're like, okay, a couple weeks ahead and pop it out, and yeah. Well, that's the growing trend. It's a lot easier than emergency services, which goddamn that sucks.
Yeah,
especially in the States.
What's
and
dope about
she's
that?
high risk, so it's like they gotta just monitor all the medications and everything. So
I see.
Right. You know what's dope about that though? You get to have your first Halloween with your child right away. I don't know. Like I've always loved Halloween as a father. Like I always liked it as a kid, but it's way more fun as a parent.
Really? Why is that?
Steal the kid.
It's just like
dad tax.
I don't know, some fucking just playing pretend with your kid. I don't know.
So it's like
way
you
more
get to kind
fun.
of see it through another person's eyes, right?
Yeah, kind of. I guess I don't know why. It's just more fun.
No,
as a parent.
that makes sense. Like
you get to dress for the first few years. You get to dress him up however the fuck you want. You're like, he's gonna be fucking Goku, man, or he's gonna be Batman this year.
Yeah.
Well, he's bald. I want to do a Jean-Luc Picard, but
there you go. Like whatever, man. Then after a while, he gets a little older, he or she, and then they want to do whatever they want, and then you kind of work off that, and go eat the candy and all that shit. It's so much fun. I don't know. It's one of my favorite fucking things as a parent is doing Halloween.
I guess that makes sense because, like, I was thinking the other day. So I've played the Pokemon games my whole life, and the last couple generations, I've been so bored with them because they're easy, and for the more competitive aspect of it, there's Pokemon Showdown, which you get at any internet browser. So I feel like if I was going to pick up whatever, like the new Pokemon game that's coming out later this year, I think I'd have to do it either like with Katie or like one of her nephews or one of my cousins or something where you get to see it through someone's eyes where it's all new to them, Like, I don't think I can like sit down and play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and not be like, oh, I gotta choose water, fire, grass starter. Wonder which one's gonna be. Like, it's just I can't anymore.
Talking about old guys shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey. I was like 42 when Pokemon came out. So.
Oh God.
I
never. He was 42 when Pokemon came out.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. All right. I was 5 when the first one came out. So.
Jesus, you're young. You're a child.
I don't know when it was,
Yeah,
but
I'm the youngest one again. God damn it.
How old are you, Alice?
I'm 28. I'll be 29 in February.
Oh, man.
I was playing Pokemon though, like when the fad was over, I was playing it for like way longer than
a proper addict. That's
yeah.
Listen, man, I remember when they released Pokemon Go and people were like crowded on the streets trying to play. And I was like, my wife's like, yeah, we should go do that. I'm like, are you fucking crazy?
That was the closest we came to world peace that summer, I think.
It really was. It really was.
Guy, when they went across the highway for something, I was like, hit them. Yeah. Just hit them. They don't deserve life. Just get them done, okay? The whole thing is imaginary, okay? It's ridiculous.
I climbed into somebody's backyard to get a Charizard.
Really?
In someone's backyard, you got it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had. When it first was released. I was in the suburbs in Michigan visiting my family, and there were just no good Pokemon around. And all my friends in New York were in Central Park because they had all the best Pokemon were just spawning in Central Park.
Yeah.
So my wife was able to like hack her pin or something on her GPS to say that she was in Central Park. So all these great Pokemon were just appearing for her, and she was just sitting in her desk. It's cheater.
That's such a cheater. That's what you need in a good wife, though, right? Like, let's be honest.
It's the Pokemon equivalent of just saying you saw a bird while bird watching.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that movie, The Big Year. So it's like Jack Black, Steve Martin, and Owen Wilson. And they're like, we got to see all the birds before the other two guys see all the birds. And there's no way to corroborate any of this. Like, any of them could just be like, I saw them all. And they're like, well, how do you know? You can't prove I didn't.
A gentleman's honor. That's it. That's the ornithologist's way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just okay. Hey, listen, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm at an age where people are coming out with listen. The pandemic, just escalated things greatly for the idea of people getting weird hobbies, and especially at my age, like I have a few friends that have started using the word macrame. Like I don't listen to them anymore, but they've said it.
What kind of 70s shit is that? That's talking about old guy shit.
It's weird. And then like, listen, it was bad enough when people were trying to pretend to be young by playing Pokemon Go. Well, after it was popular, and you're like, bro, stop! Just don't do this. Just don't do it. It's bad.
I mean, if they're enjoying themselves, fine, whatever.
No. You get to a certain age that it's democratic vote or death by ousting into the wilderness.
Toxic masculinity. You have to be miserable after a certain age.
Correct.
He's actually right about that. Yeah, that's
just science, man. Listen, it's better for everybody. Okay.
No new stuff ever.
That's true.
No new stuff ever should be a clip. That's
no new stuff
ever. Do it with the Andy Warhol backgrounds and shit.
Yeah, I can do that. That seems fair.
Yeah.
Let me.
Why don't we ask Brett a second question?
That's a great idea. Yes. Well, it's kind of on the nose. I'm an adult. You can't stop me.
Stop me. Especially now that you're about to have a kid. What's something you like to do because you're a grown up?
Well, one thing I did was when I first shaved my head. That was like my kind of moment of just accepting I'm an adult. I had a receding thing going on. I was just like, and I had to like, it was weird. I had to like almost like come out to my family as bald. They did not accept me as bald. They were like really upset. They were thinking I looked like a criminal and everything, and they were trying to talk me out of it. They're like, just like grow a little bit of hair. And because my grandpa did the comb over, my dad has the toupee.
Oh.
And so I was the first one in my family to like be bald and just accept it. And now my brother shaved his head too, so we're
that's accepting it with a quiet grace. Good for you, sir.
That's like it's like the elements of the fact that you said you had to come out as bald. You're essentially explaining that my dad was a cross-dresser and my brother hung out at the gay clubs. And me, I'm coming straight out. Like that's how it kind of sounded.
Bro,
you know?
no, come on. Grandpa had the comb over. I was like, yo, you betrayed his honor.
That's a good joke.
It's like
that's a real good joke.
Have you seen an old guy with his comb over in the wind? And it's just like. It's like this far away. It's like, and they're like, "Oh, my bad. Let me just fix my hair." You're like, come on, man. That's not like it's long. You just like listen. I'm trying to convince my wife just let me just shave my head. I just don't care anymore. And she's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna." I'm like, listen, Brett. At least you have a nice shaped head. Okay, you look streamlined like a bicyclist. Okay, it's. But me, yeah,
I'm sure you do.
I feel like I got some dents up there. It's not a pretty place.
Honestly, the dents, I know some people that have them, and they're really not. I think you should do it. All right, so when I first shaved my head,
will put googly eyes on the dents, man.
Okay, that sounds pretty funny.
She'll put googly eyes where the dents are. It's not nice. She's Asian, so, you know.
Shit, dog.
She's savage. She punches me in the middle of the night. It's great.
Yours too? Katie does it in her dreams where she'll, like, take a swing or like do that arm like this. It drives me nuts. Yeah.
Dreams. Oh, sorry, I was asleep.
Just kind of like how like you cheated on me in my dream. I'm like, I cheated on you in my dreams too, bitch.
Oh.
Although, admittedly, I've gotten her to a point where I can be like, okay, you need to understand that, like, yes, dream me may have been a dick, but real me, the one that has like a impact like afterward, will never do that. So you can be mad at me. But, like, after noon, then that's, like, a more, like, something happened that, like, scarred you, and then we got to work on that. But
see, I'm very fortunate in that I would, like, completely exacerbate that kind of an emotional reaction. So if my wife's like, you have to apologize because you cheated on me in my dreams, I'm like, if I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to go bang some chicks right now in front of you, show you the video, and then apologize. I'm not doing it for free. That's not how this works. Or I would be like, well, I guess we have to get a divorce if I cheated in your dream. And like, it would be that full extreme because, I'm a psychopath, right? Like, come on, you can't. Yeah. There's no way, like, listen, let's all be happy that I ended up choosing to be funny instead of, a murderous Kool-Aid man. That could have, like, the Kool-Aid man, but his teeth are sharp across the.
Okay. Knocks down your door. Somehow gets into your. Well, he either bursts through the wall of your room, or he can like fit through everything.
Oh no!
No, takes up to you, and then slowly sinks the knife into your chest. Oh yeah, and then just leaves the knife there and leaves. Like
it's the chance that you might survive if I leave the knife. If I pull it out, you're definitely gonna die. See, I'm a kind murderer, thoughtful.
That might be an episode title.
The way I look at it is, if she has a bad dream about me, there's a reason it was a dream. It's because it's your fantasy. Because I'm way worse in real life.
The dreams of you being a dick are refreshing. She's like, "Oh, you're so nice."
Exactly.
You tried to run me over, but you missed at the last second. Real like a gentleman in my dream. That's nice.
I banged my best friend's sisters. I mean,
Which guy? That's so. Did you attempt to stay friends, and then you're like, "Nah, it's not."
it was like I just kind of put the friendship on hold. It was like, yeah, I see you sometimes, and you find it awkward, but I don't think y'all realize. Atlas might know, Dino might know, Brett. You will find out one of these days. You can have awkward situations around me, and you can feel awkward around me, but I am like that hurrah type of like. I'll make everybody else uncomfortable, but for me, it's not. I don't have whatever that is. That's like, oh, this is socially unacceptable. Like,
is it like if I go down, I'm taking you all with me, or is it just you might be on the spectrum?
it's no, it's more like I didn't get a lot of attention as a child, so I'm making up for it now.
Okay.
So it may be spectrumish. I don't know.
Spectrumish.
Spectrumish. I don't know. Maybe. I got an autistic brother, so maybe. I don't know.
Who isn't these days? We're all on some spectrum.
Exactly.
Did we? Hold on. I don't remember. Did we get an answer, Brett? Did you answer the question?
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Shaving his head.
Shaving his head. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like a grown ass man.
Like a grown ass man.
Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. What do you mean I'm an adult? So.
First time you like felt like a grown up, or someone looked to you.
There's been several of these, but there's been something that just happened recently. I got a membership to Costco.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, I feel you, buddy. I just got one too. High five.
Nice. Did you get the executive or gold star?
I don't know.
When you buy a gazebo, you get the executive just before. Turns out right nice.
Whichever one they charged me for. So.
So the executive, I could become a Costco salesman right now, but I'm all in. It's sad how much I like it. It's
in
just
there,
like,
right?
it's the transition into a suburban dad. You just you're $4.99 chickens at a time are just like.
I just imagine you like seeing the like werewolf transformation, but it's just growing like a pair of cargo shorts, socks with sandals.
All your pants grow zippers around the knees. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
What?
All your pants get zippers around the knee area, so you can make them short.
Those are great.
I missed those. Those were fun.
I'm gonna go get that.
I hated that those were looked down upon, but I liked them.
They're so good.
It was justice, okay?
Why?
It's like Crocs. You're like, listen, it doesn't matter if they're comfortable. They're against God's plan, okay? But listen, the funny thing is, I love that you brought that up, because when you see those $4.99 chickens and other grown men see that, they're like, how is this possible? And we're all looking at each other going, that's not, you can't have a chicken that size and it's not profitable. Like, what are they doing? And then you just it becomes like a conga line of evaluating their business plan and going, this is amazing. Like, oh, America, holy crap. It's,
Well, they put it in the back of the store, so you go through all of Costco to see it. So you're gonna buy stuff along the way. So.
They also have the hot dog pizza, a double slice of pizza, and a large
fucking chicken bacon
soda for like $3. It's $1 each for the whole meal, and it's apparently a pizza and a hot dog, which is a meal. And I'm trying to figure out how they're making any money off of that. Like, I go there for lunch
chickens, man.
pretty often.
They're just keeping you there. They're just keeping you there so you buy other stuff.
I feel like if they opened up in like Japan, they would have like capsules to like take a nap while you're shopping.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reasonable thing. That's the best part about Costco is like the owner or the CEO or whatever. He was like, they're like, we should increase the price of the hot dog. He's like, I will fucking end your life.
Yeah,
and you're
that
like,
was pretty awesome.
that's a CEO I can respect. Like that's
Definitely.
yeah.
It's like
So, go ahead.
there was like, have you guys ever seen the sketches from College Humor where it's like CEO of whatever company, that kind of stuff, and like they did one for I think it was
Oreos?
Tide. It was like no, it was the CEO
Tide
of
Pods?
Tide. And like he was like, we gotta like you guys gotta stop eating the Tide Pods, and he's like showing off products, and they all look vaguely food related or like delicious or whatever, and they're like, he's like blah blah blah, you'll go crazy for. Okay, we gotta stop making them food related, and then like the intern off camera says something, and you see like the subtitle. There's a pause, and he's just like, "I'll kill you."
Okay.
And as with everything else today, people will try to eat these.
Okay. You got to watch the one of the CEO of Oreo. And he's like, we don't actually have to do this. We're Oreos. We're the best. Like, there's no, like, we don't need to advertise Oreos. Everyone knows, like, Oreo. Oh, I know what an Oreo is. Like, it's done. We won. Like, because we can all go home early. Like, we did it.
Yeah.
We made Oreos,
the opposite
right?
of that one is the Skype CEO, where he's talking about like how like they lost the Zoom. Like, I'll Zoom you. Like, even my mom has the Zoom account and got rid of her Skype account.
It's kind of been around for a while too. Before Zoom.
We recorded the first episodes with Skype because Alice is like, I hate everything else. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No, this is StreamYard is the best.
I agree with you, but Zoom is easier to use.
Yeah, it's good. My one problem with it is that like if two people talk at the same time, it'll shut someone off, which is bad for a show like this. Where we're constantly interrupting each other.
Right.
Look, I look forward to it. I hope eventually we can do it in like face to face and actually have guests. Like it's a lot better of an experience too. Mm-hmm. And also, I think just seeing how fat I am in person is going to freak people out. So
one day, it's on my bucket list, along with like see the Northern Lights and stuff like that. I gotta see Dino in person.
Well, he's near the Northern Lights, so
that's true. I could kill two birds with one stone here.
Yeah. within a tank of gas, you can get the Northern Lights from here. That's fine. But that's
right.
that's
there's
the best
like
part.
For some reason, both my mom, my sister, and my girlfriend all think Dino is a bad influence on me.
100%
Like I'm a second grader or something. Like that kid's bad news. Getting you into trouble. Are you afraid of something like that? Like as a dad, or like what are you most afraid of as a parent?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh,
in case you haven't thought about it, let's do that now.
I mean, you want to get dark, like school
I already know my
shooters?
answer. So
school shooters, yeah, that's definitely something.
Yeah. Or you know what I'm actually scared of is that like if like I'm pretty protective, so if like my kid's getting bullied and I see the kid, that I'm not gonna just like be a dick to that kid.
You're
like
just gonna beat the shit out.
Do it. What's the worst that could happen? Don't like abuse him or physically harm him, but like tell him, hey, little motherfucker, stay away from my fucking kid, or I'll fuck you up. Like threaten him a little bit. Do it. What the fuck's gonna happen? Then people are like, "Did you threaten that kid?" Like, no. What? Kids make shit up all the time. Like,
yeah, he's 6. What? You're gonna take a 6-year-old's word over mine? Yeah. Okay,
just be ready if anybody asks. Fuck it, do it, man.
No, I mean like. I feel like bullying nowadays is less like I'll take your lunch money behind the stool and more like cyberbullying and shit like that.
Which is so much like gayer, if you ask me. Like, just turn it off. Just
technically,
I get cyberbullied every day. Do you know that about me? I have 17,000 followers across 3 platforms. I get cyberbullied every day. You know what I do? I say, "Oh," and move on with my fucking day. I don't understand why it's such a problem. Such an issue.
I mean, you know, the thing someone says like sticks to you. You know, like follows you around. Like they're fucking. If words didn't matter, I wouldn't. There you go. If words didn't matter, I wouldn't have like a minute and a half long bit about someone calling me assless no cock. Like that was said in 2007 when Washington Mutual was still a thing.
That's hilarious.
And I still remember it 15 years later. So words do matter, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, but hey,
also,
maybe you should talk to somebody about that.
I do think
I feel like listen, there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of stuff on the internet that's like that's a definite private conversation with a licensed professional. Like this, people are like, "Oh yeah, I cheated on my last 3 husbands." You're like, "Hey, maybe talk about it. Maybe some trauma you gotta get over.
have
I don't know."
some, yeah, have something. Some therapy.
Like, it's kind of like Cole's like, yeah. So in high school, I banged 2 of my best friend's sisters. You're like, hey man, like I know it was an opportunity because it's high school and crazy.
They were so hot, like
maybe
they wanted
with
it.
a licensed professional. I feel like that's the best part about the pandemic, where everyone's like, hey, apparently we're all fucking crazy. It's all
I went to therapy during COVID, and that bitch stopped calling me back to make a point. Like she just didn't tell me about any more appointments, and I kept calling her. She would not answer.
You got ghosted by your therapist?
I did, man.
Ooh.
Okay, that's like a new record or something. I didn't know that.
I haven't told anybody that because I'm kind of embarrassed. It's the only thing I've ever been embarrassed about.
Oh,
no, that's a great story.
You should be embarrassed.
First off,
it's a great story, though. Yeah.
Thank you for opening up to us about it, but also,
that's out of your fucking mind. Listen, that's where this came from.
Like
this shit is
confirming my worst fears.
The person whose job it is to help you through your shit decided your shit was too much. Like, all therapists have therapists, and I don't mean that in like, oh, they like they have the highest percentage of. No, it's literally a qualification of the job. To be a therapist, you have to yourself have a therapist.
Well, to be fair, though, a lot of people think I'm full of shit, so she probably thought the same thing. So,
you know what though? Like, let's be honest. Cole does give off like the Riggs vibe, like walking up to the therapist in the police station going, hey, so I'm having thoughts of killing myself. And he's like, really? You're lying, okay? I know you're lying. You're just making fun of my profession. But Cole definitely looks like he would do that.
He's got either that or my uncle works at Nintendo vibes. Like,
I get shit like that all the time. Everybody always thinks I'm lying. I'm literally always telling the truth. I just say wild shit because it's true.
You should talk about that on stage, though.
Oh, definitely.
Ghosted by the therapist. There's a bit in that.
Like,
I feel like there is.
I have a bit about my therapist dying before I came in for an appointment. Your therapist ghosting you. That's the afterlife, motherfucker. That's better than me finding his corpse in his chair.
He had to bounce.
Oh, you found your therapist dead? Damn.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah. So I went.
Okay. Listen,
told the story 8 gajillion times on the show. So
let's be honest.
I'll hear this another time. I don't want to make your listeners hear it.
No, we're gonna go through it. Don't worry. Okay. That's the whole thing. Is that the idea that a therapist should have a therapist is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. Because no, you want the people that don't need the therapy helping the people who need the therapy. But hey, guy, when everything's straightened out, it's great over here in the I'm not gonna fucking kill myself area. Okay?
No, because like think about it. Like you have all these people. Every therapist has like 5 clients minimum, right? And all 5 of these people are fucking batshit to the walls, crazy, and they're shitting on this one human being.
Yeah, and it's not always just like, man, my parents didn't love me enough. It's rape victims. It's people who.
Tony Soprano,
orphans, Tony Soprano, shit like that. Like it's not always like just stuff that you can kind of like let roll off your back. It's people who are truly like I've gone through some.
I feel with the right training as a professional, you learn to let things roll off your back as a professional.
That's what I mean.
Like, listen, I feel like there's a lot of people should have worked in the mines, is what I'm saying. They became doctors. Should not be doctors. Like, hey, I'm a policeman. Guy, you're racist. You shouldn't be a policeman. Go to the mine. I feel like everyone should start at the mine and then, hey, this guy's smarter. Get him out of the mine. We have to earn our way out of the mines.
Normally, you're pretty pro like get help, right? Like
Yeah, but also go
this
fuck
is like
yourself.
the one thing where you're not for it for whatever.
No. Listen, get help, but don't get helped by a murderer. Okay? I had one other comedian who was like, "Oh yeah, so I was going to therapy, and my therapist was like, hey, I'm being arrested tomorrow because I've been doing inappropriate things in my other sessions. So we're going to cut this here." And you're like, "I'm sorry. Why is that person practicing therapy for people? If they're like, that doesn't make any. They're not helping anything." Okay. It's the whole idea of like glass houses in that business. You know, maybe build it out of brick, fucker.
You know what I just realized? I got ghosted by a therapist in the Midwest. If you're in the Midwest and you go to therapy, you're like legitimately crazy. You don't tell people that you go to therapy in the Midwest because like people will. It's like in like the South where you got pregnant as a teenager. You know what I mean? They'll shun you.
People just moved.
Yeah, so like I got ghosted by somebody who deals with crazy people. Like
Is that
literally
still
crazy people.
like? Is that still a thing?
I mean, I'm in Cleveland, so I'm being a little over dramatic, but it's still the Midwest. You know,
that is the Midwest, yeah.
Urbanized, you know, but still.
Oh God, this is fantastic.
I gotta go get checked out. Like,
strong possibility, yeah.
That's fair. So, Brett, you moved from New York to LA. Pourquoi?
Yep.
Why? For why?
Well, it was during the pandemic. My wife and I both, our jobs went remote.
Nice.
And then we were just like, we can live wherever. I always wanted to give LA a go and pursue acting more because I really wasn't auditioning at all in New York. So, we moved out here about 15 months ago, and it's been fun. Booked a couple things, so.
Good.
How are the tacos? Good.
The tacos?
Tacos in LA versus
they're great.
pizza in New York.
Oh wow.
Well, apples and oranges.
It's not apples and oranges. Fucking LA
it's
weirdo.
Tacos and pizza, you moron.
Yes, tacos versus pizza.
Yes,
but
but
the best versus the best. So
exactly. That's why it's a battle of titans, my friend.
I've heard LA has like underrated pizza though. To be fair,
they do.
Yeah,
they actually don't have bad pizza in LA. You got to know where to look is the thing.
There's a place my wife went. She's been to LA. I've never been to LA. She went for work, and there's a place I forget what the name was that is apparently like insanely good, but also LA prices.
That was the cool thing with New York pizza was that there were like the dollar slices. Like I was just broke and like that was like what I could afford for lunch and dinner. And so I would like my first year there, I gained so much weight just like eating dollar slices at every meal. But it's so good. You get this great pizza for just $1. In New York City, which is expensive in every other way.
Yeah. So. That's very true. I feel like that's one of the things is kind of like New York has this weird life of its own, right? But at the same time, it's like you won't die, but everything will hurt, and you're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
that's New York. Oh, great, that sounds good.
Yep.
But
do you miss the like public transportation, like the ability to get around?
Nope. Not. I don't miss the subway at all. I do miss
the homeless. No.
No, plenty of that here in LA. I feel like there's more drugs in LA, honestly. Like the homeless people in New York are just like there's just eccentric, crazy people. But like in this is probably gonna like
in LA they're a cult.
Huh?
In LA they're a cult of homeless people. They have a Jesus.
No, they're just normal people. Like
yeah, there are. But I've also noticed just like harder. Like there's people just like shooting up heroin, like right where I used to live, like just out in the open, like just police walking. They just don't care.
It's like that's what. Well, the city's more decentralized, so it's harder to like have a cop walk in the beat. B a cab, and C the whole thing is like a lot of states will bus their homeless people to LA because of the weather. Yeah.
I feel like that if people knew that was an option, they would have tried to be homeless in like Montana a lot more. Be like, oh no, I'm homeless. Whatever shall you do? Send me to Cali, like summertime, wintertime, whenever.
If you don't die first before they realize.
You gotta hit
It's
that sweet
cold
spot.
there.
You gotta hit that sweet spot, right?
What, like become destitute in like
Yeah.
May and then like get a ticket
There
by
you go.
October?
There you go.
that's-
Yeah.
Gotta
By the late fall, you'll have significant growth, a positive, well, or negative aroma that will permeate your surroundings. You know
Wait,
that.
I have a question. So these buses that they take, like, how do you get on them? Like, if I go to Michigan to visit my family and I don't want to pay for a flight back, can I just pretend I'm
trying to get
homeless
ahead, yeah.
to get a free bus out to
it's-
LA?
It's not like a mega bus, but
Yeah, can you just say you're homeless and get on it, or do you have to like prove that you don't have an address?
I feel
Like a proof of non-address.
if you fall asleep and they find you without ID, I feel like they could be like, hey, get on the bus. Like if you're in that area and they could be like, hey, just get on the bus and here's a ticket and go. Like I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen that quick. It should be funny as hell.
I can pretend to sleep and shove my ID in my asshole. So, boom, I'm in LA. You know.
there's like a Guardian article.
Oh,
There's a Guardian article. Yeah, like citing how cities have been offering homeless people free bus tickets to relocate elsewhere for at least 3 decades. In recent years, homeless relocation programs have become more common, sprouting up in new cities across the country and costing the public millions of dollars.
Not once in the last 3 decades have I ever heard of it.
I feel like, listen,
I'll put it in
want
the chat. We can read it after. But,
that's definitely something we gotta
I've
read.
only ever been this close to homelessness recently, though. So
Well, that's horrible.
Here's
I had
the
somebody
problem.
ask me where the food bank was, and I was like, I don't even know where a food bank is in my city.
I know where the fuck it is. I know exactly where the fuck it is.
Canada's great, okay? Healthcare, and I don't know where the food bank is. Yay! Anyways,
the problem about being from here is that if I fail, I'm still here, right? My family's still here. I can't go somewhere else because they just give me a fucking ticket to get out of to go back to California.
But it's kind of cool though, because then you don't I know a lot of people who just move back, and then they're you're here.
You can't leave, right? So you have to commit.
Hotel California, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
What are you guys gonna do when all the celebrities leave? Because that's what they're doing slowly. I don't know if y'all noticed. I've noticed.
Is it the thing about Elon Musk moving to Texas? Because there was a study on that, and it's about the same percentage of Californians leaving California.
I feel like what Cole thinks is that since they live in the same state, that you just hang out with them, but that's not. They don't.
No.
Ever.
No.
Well, no, because you guys live in LA, right? Both of you guys live in LA.
Yes.
All right, they're leaving LA. They're leaving California, really. I'm not saying
floating buildings
hang out
and
with
shit.
them, but I'm saying those people spend a lot of money there. You know what I mean? Once they leave, there's a lot of money that's just gone. What are y'all gonna do?
Well, the issue is really just if there's production here. And so if there's celebrities there, then it's and they're close by and they're in production. Movie stars we need here, but someone like a Kim Kardashian doesn't affect us at all.
Right. Well, even Atlanta though. Atlanta has been booming.
Yeah.
As far as film, Austin is starting to take off. I don't know how long that'll last. I don't know if that's gonna take off, or if it will fizzle out or not. But LA is starting to have competition, is what I'm saying, as far as entertainment goes.
Hey.
I don't know what else y'all produce, really. Honestly, I don't stay
California?
informed. Yeah, I don't know. What? Anti-guns? I don't. Reverse Nerf guns?
Tons.
I don't know what y'all produce.
The point
Mexicans?
is
Oranges.
Y'all have oranges there? Oh, champagne. Y'all make the fake champagne, right? Fake wine?
I mean, Napa Valley is
Not-
one of the most famous places on earth.
Is that in California? I thought it was in Utah.
Hey, listen, guys, don't make me bust out Niagara Falls. Just calm down, okay? Don't flex your grapes. My grapes
Who
are
the
great.
fuck put Napa Valley in California?
It just
When did
Silicon Valley's in California, which not
Hey,
great.
that is the den of vile filth,
California.
okay?
Yeah, no, that's the hive of scum and villainy that Obi-Wan.
Both of those used to be in Utah. I was there when they put it there. And I don't know when they moved it, but it was there in Utah, both of them together at the same time.
And that's why.
Why do I get the feeling that he was looking at a mural or something?
100%. He went to the Dallas airport. He's like, yeah, that's exactly how it works. You're like, what are you talking about? So
That's
that
the other
note-
thing with LA is like y'all aren't even the big titty capital of the world anymore. That's Dallas, Texas, which is a stupid city.
Big titty capital of the world, like literally
Look it up.
capital of big tits.
Look it up. Look it up. The titty ratio.
That's not like the flex that you think it is.
It's legitimately. I don't care. I don't live in
changed my vacation plan,
Dallas sucks.
So
But it's legitimately the big, because that's where all the cosmetic surgeons live now, is in Dallas. They all left Silicon Valley.
like, as long as the administrative center is in California, it doesn't make a difference, because if you get the job, they will fly you where you have to go, number one. Number two, it's just the massive amount of people that are available for production in California is insane. So to move it, like, look, Hollywood of the North, man, Toronto, there's huge amount of films that are being produced in Toronto. Also, every fucking 5 hours you get a no, but you get a tweet of some celebrity who's in Toronto, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was biking around, and I was like, oh my god, you can be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm like, no, you can't.
That's
He's
like
surrounded by armed men.
Did it actually happen, or was it like aliens?
Alien, you're an idiot.
Unless you're literally on a production with someone, how you meet a celebrity is you meet like a B-lister in a Ralph's or something. It's never.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like, oh, like y'all are hanging out in Malibu. I'm just saying specifically money wise, like what's the deal? But I mean, if it works out, I hope it works out for you guys. I do.
It's the fifth
I'd
largest
have some
economy on
concerns. LeBron left and went to where you're at, and that fucked up our whole fucking economy. So,
okay, not like fifth largest state economy, fifth largest economy. Period. Checkmate, gin, and Yahtzee. Like, it's that big.
So Atlas, you grew up here. I've just noticed from moving here like a year ago that people around the country seem to like shit on LA a lot.
Yeah.
And like I didn't really notice this that much before, because I like in New York, people are like, "Oh, you live in New York," or in Michigan, they don't give a shit at all.
Yeah.
But and when in LA, they're always like, "Oh yeah, LA," and then they like just start like listing all the bad things about LA. But I'm like, "Oh, is it because they're jealous?"
It's literally because everyone's perception is shaped by movies and TV shows, and that comes from California most of the time, or at least the perception of it. So there's this thing where like every shitty thing, every like tabloid magazine, every like shitty celebrity getting into some sort of Twitter spat or whatever, it's all implied to have come from LA. And that's why I think it is, because people
that makes sense.
Attribute to like movies and TV to like how real life works more than they think they do.
Well,
the thing is, I noticed is like all that, like all the Hollywood bullshit is around, but like, and like the fake people, but you can tell who they are like right away if somebody's fake, and so you just don't hang out with that person.
Yeah. It's because it's more interesting to shit on the fake people.
Yeah.
And it's not interesting to be like, I met a dude named Jeff, and he was a cool dude, and we got some beers, and then we're hanging out next week. Like, that's not interesting, So,
and there are the totally fake people that, I mean, there's plenty of them.
Tons of them, yeah. But that doesn't mean that, like, every single, like, store, every single apartments, every single house, every single person is Hollywood fake. Some people are just here, being
I've had a theory about this for a long time. Do you know why it seems like every single person that ever left a relationship or had a child with somebody or whatever, they're always like, that person was a narcissist, that person was crazy? It's because liars and crazy people are the most fun to have sex with. That's just what it comes down to. So, like, there's
hoping your child is not one of those. Also good.
My baby mother is fucking batshit balls to the walls crazy. So
I meant his, but also yours. Sure.
I'm balls to the walls crazy too. Can't you tell? So.
Still not.
I don't know about Brett. There are normal people who have kids too, Brett. I'm not trying to say you're crazy or anything, or baby mama or anything like that. I'm just saying.
Okay, so every kid goes through phases, right? What's a phase that you hope your kid doesn't go through?
Oh,
Whether it's like they like My Little Pony, like they become a brony or something or whatever.
Oh, that'd be
like,
kind of fun if they were brony. I wouldn't really hate that. I would be entertained.
What's a brony?
Like older teenagers and grown men who like My Little Pony. Which
What
is,
the fuck? That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, as an adult, it would be concerning. I think that would be. I'd have to have like an intervention. But as a child, it's like, all right, whatever. Like what you like.
Well, the new
Yeah,
Barbie
I hope
movie
they don't.
fun, so.
All right, brony or incel?
Brony
Which
or
would be
incel?
worse?
Incel, definitely.
What's an
Yeah.
incel?
Because
Involuntary
bronies aren't
celibate,
violent.
and it means people who blame not being able to get laid just on women in general, and tends to be a lot of like rapey, murdery, like right wing pipeline. Like a lot of that kind of tends to coalesce together.
A lot of the
Great
LA
rock
open
my
mic
ass.
scene.
What?
no, it's comedians everywhere.
That's a lot of comedians. I was going to
just
say, that's
comedians.
everywhere, bro.
It is a lot of comedians.
There's a lot of comedians.
Any comedian, and this is my theory. Any comedian who, when you go, hey, do you think you can do a clean set? And they go, oh, or they're like, oh yeah, I got a clean set, and you're going, no, you don't. What are you talking about? Because all their humor is dick jokes. You're like, that guy? No.
Hey, wait a second. I can't be clean. I cannot be clean to save my life. What the fuck does that mean?
It's more so that...
Fuck you.
Oh, hey, man. That's just how it is.
I get laid sometimes. Not in a minute.
I feel like if he's a time guide and he has this many gaps in his knowledge, this is like he has amnesia from his time guide time jump.
You know how long I've lived? Like it's hard. Everything's murky. Like once you the longer you go, like it just loses.
It's like Duck Dynasty means Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. It's like
it's the same idea.
Oh my god!
You know, tea back in my day wasn't alcoholic, so I dig this time.
For a second, it sounded like you said TV wasn't alcoholic.
That too.
I know
TV
it's
very alcoholic.
Just like sounded like
it's addictive. That's
Anyways,
for sure.
Why don't we move on to Brett? Where can everyone find you on social media in case they want to follow for shows in the future and stuff like that?
Cool. My main spot is at brett.kline, BRETT.KLINE. That's on Instagram. That's where I am the most active. I also have a website. You can sign up for my mailing list if I'm in your area. I don't send emails really at all, like literally only if I'm in your area and I'm performing. So you can do that on my website, brettkline.com. And yeah, I won't like spam you or anything. Or sign you up for.
But he will steal your data. That's how it works. No,
you will be on his email list.
You
will be on his email list.
Exactly. That's fair.
Which is the same idea.
Well, you can follow me at Dino the Genetic Marvel on all social media, or Generation Dan Podcast on YouTube, or Twitter is Generation Dan. Yeah, it's just at Generation Dan, right?
Yeah. Okay, so why is it called Generation Dan? I know I probably should have asked this behind the scenes. I think the viewers should know too.
When the show first started, it was Dino, Atlas, and the Zoomer host was named Nick. So it was our first initials.
That makes
Nick
sense.
left. We got Caleb. Can't really change the name of the show, like being almost 50 episodes in, so we just kept it.
Can we be Nas, like the rapper?
Everything's
sniffing glue,
and get sued immediately.
Generation Nas, come on.
We could also be Generation Nad, which would be worse somehow.
Is all horrible ideas. Yeah. Just to be very clear.
You can find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter and Instagram, or follow my other podcast at Nexus at Nights in both of those places. That's about a trading card game called Card Fight Vanguard. If you are not into that sort of idea, that's completely understandable. But for you Nexus at Night fans out here who found me over here, thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh, fantastic.
Cole, your turn.
You can find Cole at Sniffing Glue 22
There you
everywhere.
go. Yeah.
Oh
There you
shit!
Yeah.
He's also.
I don't know how all this
That's
social
all right.
media
That's
works.
true. It's his first time. I'm not like, yeah. It's fine.
Social media is weird,
It
guys.
is weird. It is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're
I've never
better at
used
it than
before.
both of us, so you must be doing something right.
Y'all made my fucking Twitter for me, so.
Anyways.
That's true. So we got one last question for you, Brett, before we go, which is, as a comedian, what is a memorable set that you had? Good, bad, weird, otherwise?
I've had a lot of weird ones. There was one I did in a casino in Michigan, the Soaring Eagle Casino, but it wasn't like, you think like a casino gig, like you're on a stage. This was just like on the casino floor, and they threw up some comedians as there was this just like from all the machines, and then you'd be like in a joke. And they'd be like, "We have a winner at table number 5," and it was like all just like I was like, I don't know, early 20s, and it was like everybody was like the youngest person probably in their 70s that was at this watching me do jokes, and I was not good.
Not relatable, right?
No, and all the people that were there. They were only there watching the show because they had just lost all their money on the casino floor. So they're just watching this like terrible comedy show. And
I would be so pissed off where it's like, you just lost a shit ton of money.
Here's a comedian,
and you're like, oh, good, somebody's going to be telling me dick jokes. Fun, like,
and then they're bad dick jokes.
Like, I would be like, oh, I just lost a bunch of money. Let me go over here and, maybe these guys can cheer me up. It's a fucking open mic? Are you kidding me? Fuck this place.
Oh, I was actually booked for that one. That was like I was the MC. They had like a headliner, and he did the full, like we did the full show, and we just like all ate it. It was, I forget who the headliner even was for that one, but it was.
That's the problem when they try and like insert comedy in a place where like it's just not going to do well.
Yeah.
Listen, for every successful, innovative way of delivering a show, there's another 1,000 that we're just gonna do right on the casino floor, right in the middle of everybody. It's gonna be a whole big scene, and you're like, this is the worst fucking idea ever.
You know what though? Those casino guys, like, they should have known better. Every casino has like a ballroom off in the back where they're supposed to put the comedians and whatever performers. Like, they should have been ashamed of themselves. I'd have been pissed if I were you, Brett. Honestly,
well, they paid me, and they gave me a hotel room. So I actually had
okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I would have been all right. You know, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. Other than the show itself was terrible, but the rest of the night was I had fun. But
yeah, fuck it then. Like, whatever. I gotta go.
Luckily, the good thing was that like it wasn't like a cruise ship where like everybody sees you, and then if you bomb, they're like, oh, you're the comedian who bombed. It's like
also true.
Nobody even watched this show. It was like 10 people that were just grumpy, and they were just probably going
2 of them were asleep.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So I was like, all right, well, I just made an ass of myself for like literally nobody I care about, and I got to.
I never even considered that as a cruise ship, though. You make a good point. I had an opportunity to do a cruise ship, but it was for 2 months, and I couldn't be away from my kid that long. Now I'm kind of glad that you told me that now, because like I totally would have ate shit every single day. So
there's a comic who has a story about doing a joke on a cruise ship, and they're like, "Yo, we called the helicopter. They're taking you away. You got to leave this ship for the joke you did." It was a joke about a wheelchair. Like it was, yeah, no, it was. They were like, "Do not make a joke about this wheelchair guy because apparently something happened." And like, this is the problem: is comedians as soon as you say, "Hey, this is a really sensitive topic. Don't do this," they go,
we're all children.
Don't do that.
We're all 5 years old mentally,
And their brain starts working, and you're like, well, I know they said don't, but I got the perfect bit, and it's not.
I know the best joke.
A good bit.
I know the best joke. Nobody, all the other comedians they've had tell the joke was a bad joke. Me, I have the best joke. I'm smarter than every other comedian who's ever been here before. Yeah.
You get the helicopter ride.
We're all like that.
Helicopter ride and no pay. Good for you. That's what you get for that. Yeah, because you're
is going to the helicopter.
That's a good story, though. That's worth it.
I think it might be on is this what is it? It's Ari Shaffir's This Isn't Happening or something.
Was it Ari Shaffir? Did he do
No,
it?
I forget who it was. It was an older. It was like somebody who's been rode hard and hung up wet, kind of where you're like, that guy's seen things,
So
No
it's not
ideas.
like Bobby Moynihan. That sounds like something that would happen to Bobby Moynihan.
Me, I don't remember who it was, but I just remember that they were just like, that happened, and it was like, they're like, yeah, the helicopter's coming. You're out of here. You gotta go. It's like, where am I supposed to go? Don't care. Just off the ship, so they don't kill you. You will just disappear. Like, that's the thing, man. There's a few comics from Canada that do cruise ships, like that's their thing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, listen, it's a huge thing because you need a lot of material and you got to do everything. But at the same time, you're just going, oh, yeah. If you bomb, they're going to be like, hey, you're the guy who sucked the life out of our vacation, you son of a bitch. And you're like, I have more material. Like, no one cares. Baby killer. Like, it's just, yeah, well, that's it. It's a fun time. Casino floor. Put that on your. Don't do comedy there.
Thank you so much for coming on Generation Dan.
Yeah, man, you're awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
this is really fun.
Enjoy your soon-to-be fatherhood.
Thank you so much.
And for everyone listening out there, thanks for watching, listening, and we'll see you next week. Leave a like, leave a comment.
Bye, everyone.